group is where teams earn their place either in the semi-finals or the playoff games. Referees for this match will be Tiqiu Lu from Chinese Taipei and Sandra Wolf from Germany, and they will be controlling these two teams. Teams just swapping ends in line with the formal protocols of canoe polo. Don't get to choose ends anymore. It's predetermined by the draw for the team. Saves a lot of messing about. Been in the system for quite some years, but Tiqiu Lu just lining them up. I think we can expect a fairly lively game. Both of these teams have qualified out of the first round groups into the here, and the top two teams from this group will progress to the semi-finals. Teams below, ranked third and below, move into playoff games. This is the first game for these two teams in this group, so too early to call. But just to give you a clue as to what we might expect, the Belgians are ranked 9th in the world and the French 5th, so a fairly close tie. And I believe the referee's getting these two teams ready, so we'll name check them for you at half-time. I'm Curly Barker. We'll run through our sponsors in due course, but Tiqiu Lu ready to start us off, and we're away. And for France, they're first, I think fair to say, for France Ruas, but the ball is taken by his opposite number, Le Chire, for the Belgians, and that is the job at the end of the day. Getting there first is important, but the most important thing is the ball, and the Belgians have got it, but that's loose. Oh, a bit of early match nerves, and that hurts. That's a great pick-up from Rondé. Gets the ball forwards, but it's tricky to deal with. That's a foul, but a very clear play on from the referees. It's going to be a penalty. I think they gave a big, long play on. Ball actually ended up in the net as they were calling a foul. That's a fantastic piece of skill from Richard, but he's a bit unlucky because he's not going to get a goal for that backhanded shot. He's going to get a penalty. Either way, that penalty shot's going to be taken by Ndeye for the French. If he doesn't score, Belgium will be playing with 4 for the next 2 minutes. If he does score, obviously France take the lead, but that's a real shame because that was a phenomenal effort, and that's a great save, no doubt about it, in the Belgium goal. Rohi, the captain, that would have been a goal. The referees tried to play on, played for as long as possible, and the moment the player was fully turned, they called the foul. You can't blame them for that, but the backhanded shot that was pulled out to actually score a goal couldn't have been expected. Fantastic piece of skill, but not rewarded as it should have been, unfortunately. Now the French playing against 4. This will take some gas out the tank of the Belgians if they have to play with 4 for too long. But France keen to press home their advantage. Yeah, the French want this. This is going to be one of the decisive games in this group, although it happens to be being played first, so can't judge its full implications at this point. But obviously first or second in the group is what these teams are both aiming for, and that's it. That's some justice there, to be fair. Richard, who had the ball in the net earlier on, actually gets to put the cherry on that bit of cake and score, brings Belgium back to 5. And France take the 1-goal lead that perhaps they could have had a minute or so ago. So, Belgium's first real taste of the ball. 2 minutes gone, they get a chance to just play it around. Got 3 players in at one stage there, so clearly ready to play an aggressive game, the Belge. So, good luck to them. Passing inside. One of their ground. That is a phenomenal response. I wasn't expecting that. That's Kerpens. Left-handed, in low, into the top of the net. Superbly done, actually. A very, very swift response from the Belgians. That'll please them. Oh, and I think that snapshot had some chances. That was Ndeye, and I think he realised the keeper wasn't completely ready. If he'd actually hit the target, I think there was a very decent chance he'd have scored there. Lovely, gets off of a rest. You'll notice all the players in these teams, the top teams particularly, ringing the changes. You have to stay fresh, can't afford to get completely blown. If you lose that breath, it's very hard to get it back. Easier to make regular changes, get resettled, go again. Have to back your teammates there, and as I say, in the best teams, that's what happens. Swap off, give somebody else a run, get your breath back for 30 seconds and go again. Some big hitters in both these teams, really Hard to believe this is the junior category of polo. Clear-cut call for the referees there. I mean, I'm a bit surprised at Ren there. He knows what's going to happen if he puts a paddle across there. Gives away a foul, drops back in. Belgium get a reset and the free throw. 2 men inside, trying to work the French defence. They're very good at, very big on passing the ball around inside. And as if to prove me right, they do exactly that. That time it ends up with Hoffman, but he can't finish. It did hit the top bar. But that is going to be the Belgian way of scoring. So good in the defence and goal, the French. But if the Belgians can get close, they've got a chance. So, 1-1. 2 European nations, neighbours obviously, taking each other on, both desperate to get through at least to a semi-final stage and probably more. There's a holding offence. That's just an elbow on a boat, I would guess, in that melee. The referee's much better placed than we are, but clearly indicated by them. Just leaning on an opponent's boat would be my guess. There, ready to have a pop from a long, long way out was Rohi, the Belgian captain. But I think probably a bit optimistic, over the top. Throw will be taken by Oman. Ball away. Sorry, not by Oman there. Odo. This little French trio coming up the pitch, having a chat about where they're going. Not too fussed about the time yet. Time clock and the shot clock play a part in this game later, I've no doubt, but so far not so much. A lot of bumping around and in front of that goal, boats on boats, boats going all over the place, referees playing on. That's a little no-look shot from Oman. Thought he might get away with it, but not quite accurate enough. Just get range finding at this stage. 5 minutes in, 1-1. Great game for us. Lovely piece of French skill, not rewarded with a goal, but the power play it resulted in did. And then the Belgians replied almost instantly. Couldn't have been much quicker. Straight up to the other end, inside pass, shot, goal. Look at the work rate of those paddlers inside. Quite phenomenal effort. This is where the kayaking strength comes in. There's skill in there, but there's an awful lot of brute force too, just to hold your ground. From an attacking point of view, try and make a space, push a man out of the way, but the defender's all about closing gaps. So long as there's not a space for a boat to run into, the defenders are doing their job. This is great pressure from the French. Absolutely great. Very well controlled by the Belgians because the French were committed to that. Came hard and fast. But Belgium maintain it, but the price they've paid is the shot clock is down to 5 seconds. I hope they've realised they need to get that shot away. Slightly wild from Kerpens, but at least they didn't concede a reset foul, but now it's a goal line throw. They get a chance to get back to cover. And as we come into 4 minutes remaining in the first half, France again just having a little preparational meeting on about the halfway line. I'm assuming all these teams have a series of set plays, options they can do. Going to the right first, it looks to me as if they might be working for number 1 on their left-hand side, but no, it's a run through the middle, my bad. And it's actually a fantastic run through the middle and finish from Ndeye. Went in speed, bumped over on top of a player, takes his position and finishes, and that was clearly communicated. I misread it. I wonder if that was part of why Richard was sitting to the left, was as a decoy, because it certainly worked. I don't think anyone was expecting that run straight through the middle, certainly not myself. Very nice finish. Finishing with a bit of speed on the boat, so much easier than sitting if you're static. And that was a lovely example, absolutely superbly done. And similarly, from our commentary position, we're right behind that shot from Lapierre, and you could see that was going top corner left, no doubt about it. Definitely needed that save from Odo. Pumped away and round, as so often, to the point. The controlling players in these games as important as the finishers and goalkeepers. Calling the plays, making the plays, accurate passes. That's the left-handed goal scorer, but this time it's underneath. And this brings France away with the ball. That might be costly if they get anything out of this, the French. Yeah, a little bit of intensity just gone out of this for the French, but they don't need it. That's an amazing shot. That's Munster. Really, you would call that a half chance, 50-50 at best, but he's made the most of that because that was a phenomenal shot. Hard, high, a little bit unexpected, I think. I think the Belgians were expecting the French to take a bit longer to build an attack. Very clever. 3-1 the French lead now. Belgians have matched them pace for pace, but I think that snapshot there just caught them a little bit unawares. I hope they won't mind me saying. Now, can they respond quickly as they did last time? Not with a mistake. That's going to hurt them because that's French possessions. We come into the 2-minute mark. Really, Belgians must hope France don't score here. That's a look up at the open goal, and it's all just a bit too tempting for Odo. Well within his range, obviously, but the accuracy slipping. Because I think certainly if that had been on target, there was no one there. But instead, he's given the chance for the Belgians to reply. My guess is they'll spend a few seconds here just building up the play, and then they'll work one of those inside pass moves that they're so good at. Try and get one of their finishers to do it. 2 men already waiting inside. We know who they are, the usual suspects really, Hilleman and Kerpens. Either of them capable of scoring from there if they can find a little bit of space in the ball at the same time. Oh, look at this on our side here. Oh, is the overhead in? Yes, it is, but not recovered. Was aiming for Kerpens, but he couldn't cope with it, and this is going to hurt the Belgians now because that's France away at pace. This is their game all day long. That was quite superb. Could have been 1 of 2, but in the end it was Ndeye. He puts it in the open goal, paddling full speed, and as he comes back, takes a look at the scoreboard and sees it's 4-1 to France, and coming towards half-time, that's looking pretty good to him. Immediately subs. This is the preferred option for Belgium. They're getting in tight, speed bumping over, taking whatever pressure comes at them from the French, but they need something now before half-time. They don't want a half-time team talk based on a 3-goal deficit. Very difficult at that point. If you can get 1 back now, it's very much easier to believe in the second half you can get the rest back. Oh, late tackle there, and then pressure from the French. That's a bit unlucky for the Belgians, I think. This could work against them, but that's a fantastic tackle from Rohi. Captain absolutely doing his business, but the French still come away from the ball. Oh, and that is annoying for Odo. Had an open goal, probably 8 metres out. He could score them all day long normally, and he's just missed it. That would have put this game to bed, no doubt about it. Bangs himself on the head with the paddle shaft. He knows that was a golden opportunity. You don't get chances much easier than that in these games, and he should have put that away. He knows it. Belgian slide inside, and that is the game for them. That is superb. They need to be close. They want to be close. The Shure got in that close and pings it in off the top bar, and the timing of that, 4 seconds remaining on the clock, absolutely superb. That has kept their chances in this game alive. I think at 4-1 down at half-time, the Belgians would have been struggling, but 4-2, they've got something they can build on. France had a chance, I think, to make that 5-1 at one stage, a very good chance, and they didn't take it. Will that come back to haunt them? If Belgium pull this back, I think those last seconds of the first half will be very telling. We'll name check these teams as we focus on them, but just a moment to thank our headline sponsors. Obviously, without the organisational skills of the ICF, the China Canoe Association, and the commitment from Huzhou City and Deqing County, it would be impossible to stage this event. The city of Deqing, where we are, didn't really exist 5 years ago. Everything is new. We're 2 hours to the drive to the west of Shanghai. Weather a little bit overcast, but the facilities here are absolutely superb. The welcome we've been given, fantastic, and the volunteers who are operating the table and line judging, by and large, done an absolutely superb job. Trained up for a day before the event, and they've not let themselves down. They've done brilliantly. And we have also, sponsorship-wise, Upin Sport, obviously the global sponsor of Canoe Polo, for whom we are eternally grateful. Gukong Group, Latour Sports, and Kailas Clothing, all who have supported this event very strongly. but we will just name check the teams if we get a look at them. But from the left in the second half, we will have the under-21 men's team from France in the white kayaks, blue buoyancy vests and blue helmets. As we look at the Belgians, we'll just name check them. They are number 2, Le Sure, number 3, the captain, Rohi, number 4, Hileman, number 5, Deqing, number 6, Kuipens, number 7, Hoffman, number 8, Lepere, and they in the black boats, black buoyancy vests and black helmets. The French, who will be attacking from our left, are number 1, Richard, number 2, the captain, Legendre, number 3, Ndeye, and there they are. Number 4, Aumont, numbers 5, Ren, number 6, Odo, and number 7, Ruas, and number 8, Munster. Referee just having a quick consult, collecting the balls, distributing them as they see fit in the ball pockets. And we will be underway very shortly, 30 seconds to the start. I'd like to thank you at home for your subscription to the channel. I hope we're bringing you the kind of coverage you were expecting and maybe beyond. The commentary team here, very proud to be able to be here watching this live. Joined by a huge Chinese media team, providing all the technical equipment and know-how and all the stuff I know nothing about. Some might say that's canoe polo in general, but we'll do our best to help you through this game, give you a little insight into what's happening. Tichi Liu puts the ball in, sick of waiting for the Belgians to line up. The French were ready and simply gives a start infringement to the French. Called them up several times. They were too busy thinking it was their turn to decide when the half started. And the price they've paid, to be honest, is pretty brutal, because that's a goal to the French from Richard. And the Belgians now, before they've really got the half-time break underway, are 5-2 down. They've come back with some fire in the belly, but they're going to have to be more accurate than that. Sorry, but they had been asked to line up. I thought they could take as much time as they liked. Well, now they know different. Oh, nice try on the inside pass, and it's interfered with by a paddle. If the French do that too many times, I think the referee will go to a penalty, because that is really the Belgian game. Oh, unlucky. That was superb. They really did play that for their main man on that finish, which is Kuipens. And instead they're away, but that's a good recovery. That's a slightly loose pass, and I'm pretty sure Le Sure will be very, very happy to pick that up, because if the French had scored another, I think this game would have been done and dusted. The Belgians still in it at this point. Huge pressure there. Really quite phenomenal work from Ndeye, but ridden quite comfortably, I would say, by Rohi. Inside pass. Oh, again, superbly done. Couldn't quite control it. And the French just streaming away. This is clearly their whole drill has been to do this. The moment the ball's down, they're out, they're sprinting, and they are sprinting at full speed. I can't fault that. Ruas, 100% pace, no doubt about it. If he's got more speed than that, I wouldn't mind seeing it, but that looked like he was going full tilt. And the space they open up so quickly with an accurate pass that's absolutely deadly, and that's what it was. Gave him time to two-hand it in. Now 6-2, 8 minutes on the clock. The Belgians really have to just dig in here. Oh, that was a fine shot. It was touched down by the keeper. I think it would have gone under either way, but Belgian ball, corner, keeps their attack going. French won't be too fussed by a corner at this stage with the commanding lead they've got. Need to just get one goal here just to give themselves a light. Oh, that's nice handling. And a nice shot, another corner. Again, hard and low. I'm not sure that's where he was intending it, but blocked by the keeper. French putting a bit of pressure on the takers of these throws. A long way out, and that's a weak pass. Oh, again that. Oh, that could have been, that really would have been the end of the game. And they just couldn't get his hand to it, but Ruas was just long gone. Long gone. Some nice skill there, nice paddling skill, just using the boat to protect the ball. It's great to see some of the skill sets of these under-21 players. I keep saying it, but it's hard to imagine this is a junior category, really. The way they play now, the tactical awareness, but the skills, the personal skills are just off the chart. Belgium, I'm sure, just wondering what they can do to turn this game around here. They need to get one goal. It's the only possibility. Just start from one. No. And all the time that these shots are being blocked out, in this case it was Rohi, but if French can just keep the time clock clicking down, corner, reset, then suddenly it's just going to be mathematically impossible for the Belgian team to score enough goals. They just need to just drag them back. Mustn't give up, but obviously they've got other games now. If this one slips away from them, getting second in the group will guarantee them a place in the semi-finals, and they may want to save a little bit. Say too early to tell really how this group's shaping up. Now then, this is where they like to be, and that's why that time it fell for Deqing. But again, French goalkeeping. Odo up to that, pops it out over the top. Belgium. Rinse and repeat. Inside. Can he find a pass? Shoots. Well kept in. That would have gone in. That was hard and high, but it's kept in by the French. And again, absolutely typical. This clearly, absolutely their game plan. This, when the ball drops for them, those front men are just gone. They're going to be working on that, and they'll need it later on if they're going to get on the podium. And now the French, obviously they've got Ren working inside on his own against the Belgian defence, moving the ball around. Quite happy to make long passes and kill some time off the clock. Obviously a commanding lead, 20 seconds on the shot clock, and that's actually very, very nicely found. That was actually a superb attack. Richard had all the time in the world on the left side of the Belgians, and he just took the ball. That really was a super play, just opened them up, made a lot of space, and as it slips to 7-2, I think it's going to be about a bit of damage limitation here for the Belgians. Oh, dropping it won't help. They retreat away. I think that's about as slow as I've seen some of these French paddlers move in this game. They've been so quick before, but obviously now just content to just say, well, you know what, if you want this ball, here it is, but we're not in any big rush. Don't blame them. They've done themselves, against a tight opponent like the Belgians, they've done themselves proud on goal difference here as well, the French, I would suggest. They won't have been, they would have been hoping for a 5-goal margin, but not really expecting one, I'm sure. Belgium coming away with the ball. Perhaps just one, just help with the goal difference a little bit. Help with the pride, help with the team talk afterwards, but that is an awesome shot. And to be fair, Odo actually just sort of kind of made it look like he barely moved the paddle just enough, kind of shrugged the shoulders, there you go, done. That's confidence coursing through his veins. Illeman looks almost certain to go to their norm and look for an inside pass to get a goal. Who have we got in there? Who's going to be the favourite? Lepere inside 8 at the moment. Can they find him? No, it drops the other way. Oh yes, they can. Oh, and he puts it off the top of the top bar. Oh no, it was touched out by a defender. I think it wasn't only I who thought that had gone straight out. Two of the Belgian players did too, so I excuse myself there, but the referees and I think just about everybody else knew it was a corner. Must have been the slightest of touches. Two minutes remaining. Out to Rohi, back, be careful, you don't want another mistake. And that's the inside pass. Oh, and handed off superbly. Absolutely superb little handoff to Hilleman. It's a shame he couldn't finish. That little pass through to him, that would have been worthy of a goal for my money, but couldn't quite get the goal. And again, as you would expect really, the French committing a couple of players forward but not with any real intensity. The other three content to just play the ball around. Confident, strong, obviously not likely to let this game away, and particularly if they can get another easy goal or two, and he just takes that. Pretty much if you offer him that, he'll take it. Thank you very much, he says, pops it in the goal, and the lead stretches to 6. Well, Belgium now could just let this game peter out. No, it's not in their DNA. They want to score, they want to get something back. Young men got something to prove all the time. But 8-2, French just holding them out. Really the difference would be marginal, goal either way now, but I think either team will take it, and that's a lovely pick-up again. I do like to see that Ndeye just working the boat to grab the ball for himself, driving away. Has he got a pass? Yes, he has. Is there a finish? Is there one last sting for the Belgians here? Not yet. Protects the ball, Ruas, rather than taking a chancy shot. Recycles it out to Legendre, the captain. He holds it up. The Belgians, a good press here. Nice to see, but Ndeye holding the ball. 15 on the clock. Is there a long punt forwards? Yes, there is. Collected by Omon. He's not going to get a shot, but he's going to have somebody who can do it for him if he can find him. No, he was away, Ruas, but couldn't be found. 2 seconds. No, that'll be the final play of the game. And that's disappointing for the Belgians. France run out 8-2 winners.